On this episode, I am going to show you how I turn these 4 thrifted items into these beautiful farmhouse style everyday decor I know you're going to love. Let's get to it. All right, I am going to start with this drawer that I recently got. It was actually not thrifted, but it was at a house that we are currently flipping. And there were 3 of them, and I just want to work on this one first. It's in pretty bad shape. As you can see, it's super dirty. It has some staples sticking out, some nails. So we're just gonna fix it up a bit. We're gonna make it look nice and pretty. Oh boy, did it need some cleaning. This drawer was so bad, but I just used my little vacuum there to just remove any dirt, any cobwebs, and then use some strong cleaning to remove a lot of the stain. But surprisingly, not many came off, so I just had to just let it be. I did remove some loose staples and then replace them with new ones, and then make sure the actual drawer was in good condition. I'm going to remove the little knob because we're not going to use that one. We're going to replace it later on with a different one. Now I'm going to use this French script stencil that I have used so many times. I love it. You can tell, right? It's all painted over, but I just love it. This time I'm going to use some caulk from the Dollar Tree to create a raised stencil, and I am going to do this all over the sides on the outside of the drawer. Now I will speed it up because it did took a little longer than what I was expecting. And normally I use spackle, but I ran out of it. So I am using caulk and it worked out really well. So I'm just going to do it on 2 sides, let it dry, and then do the other 2 sides because that way it's not going to get ruined when I place it on the table. After it was dry, I'm just going to wipe my hand over it, and anything that is loose will come off. And then I'm just going to dust it off to make sure there's no dust. And then I'm going to start giving it 1 coat of the Kills primer. It's a stain blocking primer. I just thought it would need that in case the paint is going to yellow on me. So I'm going to do that both outside and the inside of the drawer. And then I gave everything 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white. The second coat was just dry brushing it, just wherever it needed it. And again, I did that both on the inside and on the outside. All right, so you see how some spots is like yellowing. Oh, sorry, my hand's in the way. Like right there, it's like yellowing and cracking and just doing some weird stuff. So I'm gonna spray it with some top coat. I don't have shellac spray and I'd rather use a spray, but I'm gonna try this one and see if it just seals it in, and then paint it one more time, and then hopefully that works. So I sprayed it very lightly. It didn't need a lot, but basically more where it was yellowing, and then let it dry. And then like I said, I'm just going to give it 1 light coat wherever it needs it with Rust-Oleum chalk paint and the linen white. And then of course, let it fully dry. That did the trick. The yellowing went away. So now we're just going to add this little cup handle that I have had for a while. I get them on Amazon, and I'm just going to place it actually on the side of the drawer, which will now be the front. I'm just going to screw it in with a couple screws. Remind you how the box looked before, and this is what it looks like now. I love it. It's so fresh. It's so farmhouse. I love the texture that the raised stencil gave it, and I'm using it as a towel box, but it can certainly be used as a planter and it will look beautiful. For this next farmhouse style flip, I am going to take this wooden American flag just decor that I found at the thrift store. It was only $1.99, and although it was pretty the way it was, it's just not quite my style. So we're going to update it and turn it into a chic farmhouse style decor. I sanded it down a bit and then wiped it off really well. And now I'm going to use the same stain blocking primer from Kiehl's, and I am going to give it one coat on the edges, just overlapping the edge on top just a little bit, not too much. Once that was dry, I am going to give it just one coat of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white, again just on the edges, overlapping the top just a little bit. Once it was dry, I'm going to use this wrapping paper that I recently found at Home Goods. This wrapping paper is phenomenal. It is such good quality. It actually feels like vinyl, but it's not. It's wrapping paper. It's really good. So I'm going to cut a piece large enough to overlap over the sides of the board. Now I'm going to use my hands and I'm just going to press. See how I'm just pressing on the edges? This is so that I know and I can mark where that edge is. And then I am going to start to rip the paper. So instead of cutting, I'm going to rip it because I wanted to have that ripped look on all over the edges, and I'm going to do that on all four sides. Now I'm going to place it right on top, and I'm going to look to see where do I need to rip a little bit more, just to kind of where I like to see it. You can't go wrong with ripping it as long as you don't go in too much. Then I like the way it looked already, just ripping just a little bit here and there. Then I'm going to add quite a bit of Mod Podge onto the board using a chippy brush, and then I'm going to place the wrapping paper right on top, flatten it out as much as I can, removing as many bubbles as I can, and then we're going to add more Mod Podge on the top. My friend, if you have an Instagram account, I would love to connect with you there as well. I'm constantly posting things that I don't normally post here on my channel, like behind the scenes look, special projects. So if you have an account, go check it out. It is linked down below in the description box. All right, so here's where we're at with this one. I need to sand down, which I was going to anyways, because I wanted to slightly distress the edges. But there's some little papers that are like overflowing the edge. So we will sand those down. And I'm not going to do it with the electric sander. It may just be with my block sander. But I did get some bubbles. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, right here. See, like there, right there. I always get those. They're more, not so much bubbles, but more like wrinkles. And I have learned to know that if I use Mod Podge, I will get them. I can't master that skill. So I may use the electric sander just for the top because I do like when it distresses a little bit, and I'll show you how to do that. So I took my electric sander, and you see how the little wrinkles are now distressed. I like that look. I think it looks more original, more authentic, and I love the way it looks. And again, using my little block sander, I'm just going to sand the edges. It's going to distress a little bit of the paint, and I'm exactly what I'm looking for. I don't want to distress it heavily, and I'm going to do that all around. Then it's time to add some florals. I'm going to add a couple of these picks from Dollar Tree. I'm going to join a little grassy one and some white ones, and then I'm just going to attach them to the center of the board. I'm going to mark with the drill bit right there where I need to drill, then remove the flowers and then drill it all the way through. And then using some jute twine, I am going to attach the florals to it, and I'll tie it in the back with a simple knot. If you are enjoying this video, I would love for you to take a second and give me a thumbs up. A thumbs up really helps this channel grow and it helps this video reach more people. I also have a special thanks button right on the right side of the thumbs up. So check it out if you'd like to help support this channel more. I'm going to fluff the flowers just a little bit to make sure they look nice. And then I'm going to take some burlap ribbon from burlapfabric.com. I'm going to make a very simple bow tied in the center with jute string, and then I'm going to hot glue it to the center of the florals. And now I did decide to cut off the excess stems so that it doesn't look too long there on the bottom. And then I'm going to add a sawtooth hook to the back so it could be hung. And I'm going to remind you what the board looked like before. And this is what it looks like now. I think it's beautiful. It's fresh looking, it's farmhouse looking, and it's just beautiful. It would go in any home decor perfectly. My friend, this video is in collaboration with Yvonne from Ginger Chic Rehab. Her channel is filled with tons of inspiration for home decor, farmhouse style. She does a lot of thrift flips like I do, and I just love her, and I know you will too. So check her out after you're done watching this video. I do have her channel linked down below. Tell her that I sent you. For the next farmhouse style flip, I'm going to take this wreath that I recently found for $1.99. What a great deal. This wreath is huge. It has that fan look that I really love. I'm going to remove the old florals from it. It wasn't hard at all. And then I'm going to start just trimming a little bit of the wreath. Some of them were falling apart. Some of them were too loose or too long. So I just kind of trimmed it and make sure that it was nice. Then I'm going to take some florals that I recently got as a gift actually, but they were actually from Walmart. So I am going to cut off several picks and separate them into smaller picks. And then I'm just going to start pushing them in as needed. I'm going to keep the same shape as the wreath. So the wreath has that shape kind of going to the right. That's how I'm going to place all my florals. I'm going to place some on the top as well as the back of the wreath. And if you have not visited my Amazon store, I do have it linked down below as well. It has all of my favorite products, tools, and supplies that I get on Amazon right in one store. So you can check it out. It is linked down below. And you can also follow me. So anytime I upload or add any new items, you'll be notified. Now I want the left side of the wreath to be a little fuller. So I'm going to add some of these faux greenery grass that I get on Amazon. I'm going to add 2 of them. This is going to make it just a little bit fuller to the left side. And then I'm going to add some flowers, some white flowers from Dollar Tree. I did add some ribbon. This is like a buffalo check gray and white ribbon. I'm going to make a double loop bow. Very simple, tie it in the center, fluff it a little bit, and then I'm going to hot glue it to kind of like where the fuller greenery area is. And here's those white flowers I mentioned earlier. They're from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to place one right over the bow and then another one underneath and then another one on top. Now if you follow me for a while, you know that I like things on the simpler side. I contemplated adding more to the actual wreath, but I kind of like the way it looks. So here's what it looked like before and here's what it looks like now. I love it. I think it's exactly how I love my wreaths. Simple yet stunning, fresh looking, and I just love the way it turned out. So this next board or this next DIY, I'm going to use this board and it's from another DIY that never sold in the fall. So I removed everything that I had put on it and I just kept it like this. But some of the blue, you see it here, kind of bled through. It's kind of light on the camera, but I don't know if it was from the fabric that I had on it for the fall decor or it was the original board. I'm not sure, but nonetheless, I'm going to give it a fresh white coat of paint, and then we're going to get started for a new one. So one light coat of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white was sufficient, and then it dried really quickly. Then using my Cricut, I cut out the scripture that says, "We love because he first loved us." I love this scripture, and I'm just going to place it towards the right side of the board. And of course, I am going to place the scripture where you can find it and right underneath it. Now, if you notice, the W is missing the middle part. I have no clue how that got off of there, but I did find it. So later on, well, in a little bit, you're gonna see I replace it and put it right back on it, and it looks fine. But I was just wondering, how did that come off? But anyways, mystery. All right, so then I am going to, like I said, add the scripture to the bottom of the phrase. Now this wreath I recently thrifted. It was only 99 cents. I think it's so beautiful and already had this shaped. So I'm going to take some screws. These are some darker color screws that really blend in well. I'm just going to start screwing it right from the top onto the board. And this thing is snug on there. This is not going anywhere. And thankfully the screws were long enough where it was able to tighten but not go through the other side, which is perfect. I love it. And then I did add two sawtooth hooks to the back of it so it could be hung. And look at that. Isn't it lovely? It reminds me of the crown of thorns that Jesus bore on the cross, doesn't it? I just love it. I just think it's a beautiful message and it's a beautiful sign. And I don't know, I might keep this one. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I think this one is definitely my favorite. And then second close would be the board where I place the flowers in the middle. But let me know which one is your favorite. If you're visiting for the first time or if you're visiting from Ginger Chic Rehab, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you consider joining our YouTube family. I am going to have a playlist here and another video with tons more of farmhouse inspiration for you. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.